All right, here's example C, classifying polynomials. The first thing we're going to do is put each polynomial in standard form. And what that means is you need to put them in order from left to right by degree. So the highest exponent term, the highest degree will go the farthest to the left, and then it'll work its way down until the lowest degree is all the way to the right. So in the first one, 4x cubed has the highest degree, so we list that first. Since it's positive, you're going to keep it positive, 4x cubed, plus 3x, because the 3x is positive. If anything has a subtraction sign in front of it, we want to keep that sign attached to the term that comes after it. For example, in the next one, 5x squared has the highest degree, and it's positive because of the plus sign in front of it. The next two will be positive 7x and positive 4x. And if you get the chance to combine any like terms, like right here, we're going to go ahead and do that and add them together and make 11x. And then the minus 1 is going to go last. So now that is in standard form, because it goes in order from highest degree to lowest degree from left to right, and I combined the like terms. For the next one, 8x squared will be first because it has the highest degree, 2. The next one, positive 2x, I made it plus because the 2x doesn't have a sign in front of it, meaning that it's positive. The constant 3 will be listed last as minus 3. So all I'm doing so far is the first step in each of these problems, writing them in standard form. We're going to go back and name them after I'm done with the next two. 7x cubed will go first, then a minus x squared, then plus x plus 4. Now that one's in standard form. And then the last one is simply 5x. There's really nothing to do with that one. There are no other terms. Now we're going to name the polynomials based on the degree and the number of terms. So for the bottom one, we'll go from the bottom up here. The degree of this is 1, so it's called a first degree. And the number of terms is 1. There's only one term here. So it's a first degree monomial. And you may also hear of this as a linear monomial, because anytime the degree is 1, just like we talked about yesterday in that table, it's called a linear function. The next one is a third degree because of the 3 being the highest exponent. We can call it a third degree, but the more common name is to call it a cubic. And then for the number of terms, there are 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember yesterday we had monomial, binomial, trinomial. Anything more than that was called a polynomial. So that one would be a cubic polynomial. For the next one, it's a second degree function because of the 2 being the highest exponent, and those were called quadratic functions. Quadratic. The number of terms is 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's called a trinomial. The same would go for the next one up. 5x squared plus 11x minus 1. That's also a quadratic because of the degree being 2. And since there are 3 terms, it's also called a trinomial. And then finally, the top one has a degree of 3, so that's called a cubic function. And the number of terms is 2, 1, 2. So that's called a cubic binomial. And you will see some problems like this on the activity that you do a little bit later called Woot Math. In the next example, we're going to go ahead and add and subtract polynomials by combining like terms. So look for that in example C.